Welcome, Chad. How are we all doing today? How's it going? Welcome on in. It is a wonderful late Saturday night. It is freaking 11 p.m. Holy moly. Welcome on in, everyone. Hopefully you guys are doing great out there. I apologize for my tardiness. I apologize for starting stream super late. I can explain basically what ended up happening today. Hopefully all of you out there are doing fantastic. Hopefully you guys are having a great Saturday and or Sunday out there. But yeah, welcome on in. This is technically day 7 of my Lives of P playthrough, although I feel like maybe rebranding it to day 6.5 might be in order, and I'll explain the reasoning behind that. But yeah, welcome on in, everyone. How's it going, Egg Tarts? How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope your day and or night is going well. Yeah, welcome on in. I appreciate you stopping by and saying hello. So, chat, why the heck am I so friggin' late today? Well, I had a very, like, interesting Saturday, right? I think that there was stuff that happened today that, like, it made me feel like a lot was occurring, but at the same time, there wasn't really a lot of things that I did, right? It wasn't like a super duper productive day. So last night was quite terrible for me because I don't know why, but I just could not fall asleep. I could not go to bed. And I ended up staying up super late last night. I stayed up until freaking 7 a.m. in the morning, which is ungodly insane. I highly recommend that nobody out there do this, right? I just could not turn my brain off. You know, I could not shut down for the night, and I could not, you know, rest and close my eyes and fall asleep. So I stayed up until 7 a.m. And finally, I was like, you know what? I need to rest. I need to, you know, force my body to shut down and to get some sleep. Otherwise, my Saturday is going to be terrible, right? Because that was Friday night. So I fell asleep at about 7 a.m. in the morning. And, you know, I did not really get a lot of sleep. What ended up happening is my mother, she woke me up at around maybe 12, maybe around noon or 12:30. And the reason why she woke me up is because, so during like the past month or maybe the past 2 months, my mother has been removing the old heaters that are in our home, right? And so, you know, for those of you who basically have never ever seen these types of heaters, I can describe it to you. So imagine that, like, in your room, right, you have a wall, one of your walls in your room, and on the bottom of the wall, there's like this long rectangle, right? There's just this long box, this rectangular box that is, you know, maybe 10 feet long, right? And it is stuck to your wall, right? It's like, it's connected to your wall, it's stuck to the bottom of your wall, and, you know, obviously there are wires that run inside the wall, and it connects to that rectangular box. So that rectangular box is a heating unit. It's a heater for the room. And, you know, if you were to roughly guess when these particular, you know, particular, like, mechanisms or whatever were designed, right, the heating unit, when it was created, it was probably something that they made in like the 1940s or some shit. You know, it's like a super fucking old heater that has been, you know, a part of the home for like 70 years or some crap like that, right? So, you know, all around my home, in my room, in the living room, in the kitchen area, in my mother's room, right, the master bedroom, there were these heaters. And my mother just did not like them because she felt like, you know, they were completely useless, and, you know, they just kind of like took up space. And, you know, she felt like if we are not utilizing those old heaters, right, why do we need them, right? Like, why should we keep them around? And so, you know, I'm gonna be honest, if it were me, like, if I were the one that owned this home, and I was the one who was, like, the head of the household, I would be like, you know what? It's fine. Just leave the heaters there. Don't touch them. I mean, like, to me, personally, they aren't bothering me. You know, they aren't a problem for me personally. I can live with them, and they don't get in my way or anything like that, right? They're not a nuisance. But my mom was just so determined to get rid of these heaters. And so, you know, during the past month or the past 2 months or whatever, we have been basically just taking out these heaters. We've been removing them from the wall, from the home, right? And I think that in total, we took out maybe 3 or 4 of these long rectangular boxes, right? These like giant hunks of metal. Um, so we've been keeping those heaters kind of just like laying around in our home. And the reason why we were not really able to do anything about them yet is because these, you know, heaters, they're these giant, massive hunks of metal. You cannot just like throw them into the trash can, or you can't like throw them into the recycling bin, you know, that your home has, right? These particular pieces of like metal, this unit, right? This product, it has to be basically like thrown away in a very specific, special manner, right? And so what we had to do was we had to take these heating units and drive them down to the local recycling center, and we had to dump them in the recycling center where they collect things such as electronics, scrap metal, styrofoam, all that sort of stuff, right? So, you know, my mom, she had decided that Saturday, today, was the day that we were going to make that trip. And, you know, the thing that, like, I personally, you know, I basically see things differently from my mom. You know, my mom is like, she is looking at the schedule of when the recycling center is open and when it's closed. And she's like, oh, we need to go there before the closing time in order to throw away our stuff. Now, I'm gonna be honest, like, I have not confirmed this. I have not really checked this to see whether it's true or not. But the thing is that, like, to me, when you tell me that there is a recycling center, and you say, like, okay, this recycling center, you allow the public, right, the general public of people that live in your area, they are allowed to visit this recycling center, and they're allowed to drop off recyclable material, whether it's scrap metal, electronics, anything, right? So when you describe that to me, and you say, like, yeah, they can just come, drop off their recycling stuff, and then go back home, right? They drive away, right? That, to me, means that, like, there should never, ever, ever be a time when the drop-off is closed. You know what I mean? Like, there should never be a time when, like, someone drives over to drop off recycling, and all of a sudden, the place is shut down, and there's, like, you know, maybe some gates or some security that's put in place where the people cannot go and drop off recycling. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, it's not like the recycling center is a business where, you know, people can go there and do, like, illegal, like, criminal things, you know? Like, that's not something a recycling center is for, right? And people don't usually go to recycling centers to commit crimes, you know? So my mom is very, like, you know, hyper focused on, oh, we need to go there at a certain time to make sure that it's not closed and that we can drop off the stuff without any issue, blah, 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 blah. And so she ends up waking me up at like 12 or like 12:30. And according to like the website, right, the official hours for the recycling center is until 4 p.m., right? 4 p.m. is the closing time. So, you know, she wakes me up, and at this point, right, 12 p.m., 12:30 p.m., I am running off of, like, you know, 4.5, 5 hours of sleep, right? And I am not, I'm not happy. I'm not in a good mood. I'm not energized, nothing. So, you know, we decide to load up the car, with, you know, the material, the heating units, right? All the scrap junk that we need to recycle. And, we head on over to the recycling center. There were a couple of things that I really was annoyed with, about the entire thing. You know, number one, we ended up taking basically, an old family car that we have, which is different from my car. I have a car that I drive basically everywhere. And you know, like I sometimes let my family to borrow my car, you know, if they need it. But that car that I have is primarily mine that I use. And you know, my mom decided that we were gonna take the old family car, which is a smart idea because like I don't want to put all of that like, you know, recycling scrap junk stuff into my car and transport it. But you know, even though it is a smart idea, I did not love the fact that we had to take the old car, right? And you know, when we basically went to you know, go to the recycling center, I decided to let my mother drive just because like, you know, I was tired and also I didn't feel like driving the old family car. In fact, so okay, when you know, I'm pretty sure that anyone out there who drives a vehicle, you will relate to this, you will understand. When I'm driving my car, there is a very, you know, specific way that I have my driver's seat set up. Like I have it at a certain height, I have it at a certain distance from the steering wheel. I have the back of the seat to be inclined to a certain amount, right? So that I fit and so that I feel comfortable in the driver's seat, right? Now, my mother is not the same size as me. My mom is shorter than me, and I think that she is, you know, she has more meat on her bones, right? I am basically like a scarecrow. I'm sticks and bones is what I am, right? I have no meat on my body whatsoever, and so I'm basically like a tall, skinny human being, and my mom is like more of a shorter, more healthy, more you know, I would say muscular and strong human being, right? So when my mom, you know, is driving a car, she has a certain way that she sets up the driver's seat so that she can sit down, be comfortable, and drive the car, you know, in the best way possible for her. And you know, basically, if I were to get in the driver's seat and sit down and try to drive the car with my mom having set up the, you know, incline and the height of the seat and the distance between the seat and the steering wheel and all that stuff, right? Like, I would not fit and I would not feel, you know, comfortable sitting there and driving in the driver's seat. So I was like, you know what? The old family car, it's already set up so that my mom can sit in the driver's seat comfortably. I don't want to change that. I don't want to mess it up. I'm just going to ride in the passenger seat, right? So, you know, we took the old family car. My mom was driving. Now, I think that a lot of people out there can relate to this. A lot of people can agree with this. I personally really, really, really hate the way that my parents drive, right? I hate the way that my mom drives, and I hate the way that my dad drives as well, right? Both of my parents, I feel like they are really, really, really shitty drivers. And if I had the power to, if I had the ability to, I would permanently ban them from being able to drive on roads. I would be like, nope, you guys are only taking public transportation from now on. So I dislike the way that my mom drives, but I bear with it because, you know, there's not really like a good alternative. So, another thing that like really annoyed me about my mom's driving choices is that you know, when we went to the recycling center, right? The default route that the map will show to get there is by taking a highway to get there, which is like the fastest way. Now, my mom did not want to do that. I think that like there was a part of her where she thought to herself, you know, she is carrying this, like, these hunks of metal, this, you know, scrap metal recycling crap, right? So she's bringing that along in her car. And I think that was, like, partially the reason why she didn't want to take the highway, right? She thought that it would be maybe safer to not. But also, I think another thing is just that, you know, my mom, seeing as that she is not, you know, an amazing driver, I think that there is a part of her where she does find the highway to be a little bit scarier, a little bit more dangerous and risky than taking, you know, like regular street roads. And I was not a fan of that just because I know that taking the highway is the fastest route. I've been to the recycling center on my own many times before. I'm very familiar with how to get there. And I knew that by taking the alternative pathways, it was going to take us longer, right? But anyways, so, you know, me and my mom, we drive the old family car, or my mom drives the old family car. I'm sitting in the passenger seat. So almost immediately after we, you know, we leave our place and we're driving on the road, right? So there are two lanes of cars that are driving, right? And we are on the left lane. So there's a left lane and a right lane. We are on the left lane, right? Now, one of the problems with my mom's driving, which some people out there, you might relate to this, or you might know somebody else who does this. My mom likes to keep a lot of space in between her car and the car in front. So when there's a person driving in front, she usually keeps enough space in front of her that could fit like maybe 2 or 3 full-size cars, right? So she drives very, very cautiously. And that to me is something that I already dislike. I don't like doing that. And the reason why is because drivers here where I live locally, they are really, really shitty drivers. And there will be people who basically take advantage of you on the road, where if you leave space in front of you, they will cut in front of you without, you know, being very, what's the word? Being very, like, thoughtful, you know, and basically asking permission to, you know, change lanes and jump in front of you, right? There will be some people that very quickly, very easily, they just cut in front of you without giving you any, you know, heads up, without giving you any notice. And, you know, that is a problem that, you know, I observe, and therefore when I drive my car, I make sure that I avoid that scenario 99% of the time, right? So, you know, we're driving, and she leaves, like, a good amount of space in front of her. Now, as I mentioned, we are on the left side of the lane, and basically there's the right side lane, right? And there's cars driving. There is this one car. It's like a white sedan, right? Like a Honda or a Toyota or a Hyundai or whatever, you know, common car brand that you know drives like the sedan type vehicle, right? There's like this white car that is in the right lane, and basically the white car, it's like almost parallel with us, but it's like a little bit ahead. It's like this right here. So, you know, this is the white car, and then this is me and my mom driving in our car, right? So all of a sudden, as we're driving, this white car starts to like kind of swerve into our lane. It starts to like, you know, basically the front of the white car starts to like kind of tilt and angle and drive into our lane. And you know, it was a very dangerous situation where, you know, we could have potentially maybe crashed into them, or they could have crashed into us, right? And you know, my mom, she notices this and she's like, what the hell, right? And so she like slows down her car, she like presses the brakes and slows down, and the white car, right, it was like swerving into our lane. It goes back into its lane, right? And then, you know, we continue driving, right? And the white car does it again. It starts to like, you know, slowly tilt and swerve into our lane, right? So the second time it happened, my mom, rightfully so, she basically honks her horn at the guy, right? And, you know, all of a sudden the white car, it kind of like, you know, quickly goes back into its own lane, right? Now, I don't know why this next part happened. Like, I don't have any explanation for it. I don't know what the fuck was going on. But basically, all of a sudden, the driver of the white car, so the white car, right, it started swerving into our lane, we honked at them, and then it, like, went back into its own lane. After about, like, 30 seconds or something, the white car, all of a sudden, just in the middle of the road, presses the brakes, and it stops the car in the middle of the road. The driver gets out of the white car, and from the very brief moment that I caught a glimpse of this guy, he looked like he was maybe like, maybe a Hispanic gentleman. I think he looked Hispanic. And, you know, he had this, like, kind of darker skin color, right? Kind of like Hispanic or maybe Middle Eastern, perhaps. And he was, like, kind of like a heavy fellow, right? He was not skinny, he was not tall, he was kind of like a little bit, I would say average height, but he was, like, kind of hefty, kind of big, right? So he, like, basically stops his car in the middle of the road, opens the door, and gets out of his car. And he then, like, it was so weird. It was like he started staring at the cars in our lane, right? So he was in the right lane, and he started staring at the cars in the left lane as they drove past him, right? And eventually he, you know, he was like looking at each car as it drove by him, and eventually he looked at our car. And I don't know if he realized that we were the ones that honked at him. Maybe he did. But it kind of looked like he got out of the car wanting to get into a fist fight with somebody. And, you know, I would not be shocked at all. I would not be surprised if this guy who got out of his car was drunk. or maybe they smoked some marijuana or something. Maybe they were high, right? Because, you know, I think that there is no situation that exists in the world where a normal, sane human being who is not drunk or high would stop in the middle of the road and get out of their car. In the middle of a busy road where cars are moving, right? I don't think that would ever happen to a normal, sane human being. So this guy who did that, right, he got out, he, you know, basically stared at the cars driving past him. I think that there was something wrong with him. You know, maybe he was drunk, maybe he was high, maybe he's just, I don't know, mentally ill or something, right? But, yeah, no, like, we basically drove past this guy, and, we continued on our way, right? We passed him, and we just ignored him. We forgot that it happened, and we just continued driving, right? That was definitely the craziest thing that happened, today, and also in a very long while. You know, the last time I experienced something unexplainably crazy, it's been a long time since I've seen anything very bizarre, very weird. But yeah, so that happened, right? And yeah, so we continued driving, you know, to go to the recycling center, right? So we dropped off the scrap metal, the junk that we needed to recycle, right? And after that, you know, my mom was like, okay, where should we go now? And I was like, I want to go home. Like, I don't have any other shit that I want to do, you know, outside. Like, there's no grocery shopping, there's no activities or anything that I want to do, right? And, you know, again, I was sleep deprived. I was only running off of like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. And I wanted to just go back home. I wanted to, you know, log into, you know, Nikkei, Genshin, Wuthering Waves, all those games, and do my usual daily routine. And I was also, you know, going to be streaming, right? So we go back home, and, you know, like, the entire time that we were driving back home, like, to a certain extent, I trust my mother, and I think that she can handle herself somewhat okay. But, like, the entire time that we were driving home, I was kind of just sitting in the passenger seat, and I had my eyes kind of, like, half closed, half open, and I was, like, watching the road, just making sure that my mom was not making any stupid mistakes, and we didn't get into any, you know, incidents, any accidents, or anything like that. But we finally made it back home, and I came back into my room, right? So we arrived back home, I walked into my room, and I was like, man, I need sleep. Like, I need to rest. But the thing is that, like, you know, because my mother had woken me up, and we had gone to do this, like, task of dropping off recycling, which required me to do, like, physical activity and move my body around, right? My body did not really feel like it wanted to slow down and rest and sleep, right? Like, my brain was telling me, oh, I should take a nap, I should get some rest, but my body was like, nah, we're fully operating right now, like, we don't need rest. So I basically laid in my bed for like a good maybe 1 hour or like 1.5 hours, and then finally I somehow managed to close my eyes and fall asleep, right? And so I think I fell asleep at around maybe like 4:30 or 5 p.m. In the afternoon, right? I fell asleep, and I was resting, you know, and then after a while, I kind of thought to myself, like, oh, I have things I need to do. You know, I have games that I need to log into, and I also have a stream that I need to do. I need to stream today, right? And so I kind of got myself to wake up, and thankfully, like, you know, after I woke up from the short nap, I did not feel miserable. I did not feel terrible. I think I got a decently okay nap. But yeah, I think I woke up at around 7 p.m. Yeah, like 7 p.m. or something, 7:30 maybe. And, you know, at that time, my mother, she had almost finished preparing a dinner meal, right? So I was like, okay, cool, I can eat some dinner, and then maybe I can stream, right? When my mother, you know, she made this dinner meal, she came into my room, you know, and she was like, hey, let's eat some food, right? And, you know, she then was like, do you want to watch some of the TV show, right? Severance, the TV show that me and her had been watching a little bit of, right? And I was like, yeah, sure. Yeah, we can watch Severance. Yeah, why not? And basically, I think my game plan was we would watch like one episode of Severance, and then I would be like, okay, you know, after one episode, I would be like, Mom, if you want to continue watching Severance, go ahead and continue. I'm going to go back to my room, right? And I would go live and stream. However, basically me and my mom, we ended up watching 2 episodes of Severance, and it was good. It was very enjoyable. I very much was interested in learning more about the story and seeing what happens next. So we watched 2 episodes of Severance, and I enjoyed it. But like when we started eating dinner finally, when we sat down and started eating, and we also started watching Severance, right? We watched 2 full episodes, and so that is roughly about 1.5 hours, or like 2 hours, right? And so I think by the time that we finished the second episode, it was basically like 10 p.m. I think it was like 10 o'clock at night is when we finished. So I was like, ah, shit, it's 10 p.m. I need to go live and stream. Now, the big problem is that, basically, the entire day today, all of Saturday, right, I did not get the opportunity to log into Genshin or Wuthering Waves, which I needed to do, right? And so, once I finished watching the second episode of Severance, well, it wasn't, okay, let me clarify that. We watched 2 episodes of Severance. However, we were continuing on what we had already seen. So basically, we finished, I think, episode 4 of season 1 is what we did. So after we finished watching Severance tonight, right, I came into my room and I was like, okay, I need to log into Genshin. I need to log into Wuthering Waves. I need to do my dailies. And so I did that. And it took me about roughly 1 hour, or maybe it was like 45 minutes to get all of it done, right? Yeah, and so that is kind of like the number one reason why I ended up going live so late, is because, one, my mom decided to suggest we watch Severance, and then 2, because I needed to complete my dailies, right, for Genshin and Wuthering Waves before I went live. So yeah, that is the entire story. That is the entire recap of my Saturday. It was like, simultaneously, there was some stuff that happened which took up a lot of time, but also there was not a whole lot that happened in terms of like the number of activities that I did right today. So it's like, yeah, it was a lot of chaos, but also not a super duper productive day overall, which I'm not too disappointed by, but I do wish that I could have used my time better today. It would have been, yeah, very, very much nice to not have to do certain things, such as go to the recycling center and throw away some junk, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, anyways, so, chat, my lovely chat, let's go ahead and dive on into some Lies of P, shall we? I'm gonna be honest, chat, I don't know how long this stream is going to be. I think that for today's stream, since I started at 11 p.m. at night, there is a very, very real possibility that today's stream is going to be a short one. Basically, what I'm thinking at this moment is that we have a boss fight that is ahead of us, right? If we travel over... Wait, hold on. Let's see. Teleport to another Stargazer. I think it's this one. So if we go to the latest Stargazer that we unlocked, we have a boss fight that is right in front of us, right? I am thinking that I am going to, fight this boss, right? And yeah, I'm gonna fight this boss, and after I fight this boss, basically, depending on how long it takes me to beat the boss, that will determine what we do afterwards, right? So if this boss fight is very, very, very difficult, very challenging, and it takes me like, 10,000 tries to kill the boss, what I might end up doing is I might end up just fighting the boss today and hopefully defeating the boss during this stream, maybe. And then if, hypothetically, I am not able to beat the boss, or maybe I am, right? Essentially, my plan is that, if it takes us a while to beat the boss, then we will have this boss fight be, the main like content of today's stream, right? The main focus. And after we beat the boss, we'll be like, okay, cool. Saturday stream has concluded. We have achieved the goal, and we are ready to move on. We are ready to, prepare for the stream on Sunday, right? However, if by whatever miracle this boss does not take us 20,000 bazillion tries, then we can move on. We can go and explore another area of the game, and we can, you know, make some additional progress beyond this boss, right? So yeah. Okay, obviously we have the summon ability, right, if we need to. Let me go ahead and do that. And let's see, we currently have the Aegis shield, which is not bad at all. It might come in handy. All right. Do I have any Legion magazine? I don't know if I actually do or not. Doesn't seem like I do. That might be a problem. We may need to buy some of that, chat. Okay, so we have... Okay. Let's see. I actually do not know... I do not know what this boss is going to be weak to, so I'm not sure what exactly to utilize. But... Things like fire or acid might be useful. Alright, chat. Let's see what this boss has in store for us. Let's check out... I'm very certain there's going to be a cutscene of some sort. Let's go ahead and open the door. A puppet Geppetto. Okay, he steals the pea organ from Pinocchio. Puts it into another puppet. Why does this guy look like the very first puppet that we fought? The Parade Master? Is that the right name? King of Puppets. Okay. Whoa. He removed the stagger. Let me guess. Phase 2. Maybe a Phase 3 as well. Why, hello, brother. I think. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, okay. Alright. That is very interesting. I see. So, Phase 1 seems like it's doable. Phase 1 does not seem too bad at all. Phase 2, however, that is a problem. That is a no bueno. Yeah, I do not like that, that Phase 2. And if there is a Phase 3, me no likey. Me think that this boss is going to suck massive balls. Cool. Alright, chat. Attempt number 2. I still don't know what exactly that whirlwind does. Oof. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna need to learn how to do that first phase without using a single Estus flask. Yeah, because going into phase 2 with you know, no Estus flask, no HP restoratives, that is no bueno. That is muy bad. Oh, I'm dead. Never mind, I'm not dead. I don't know where I am, though. Saw blade? Cool. Where's my... Cool, Sawtooth wheel. Is there another pathway? What is this? A shortcut? Fascinating. Very fascinating. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. Let's see here. We're gonna reset. Just because I don't want to run into any of those annoying spiders or anything like that. You know, the funny thing, though, chat, this particular boss, I think I remember watching, you know, watching at least one other streamer play, and I watched them fight this boss, right? And, you know, when they fought this boss, I think the one thing I remember about this boss is that apparently this boss, they have a move which is kind of sort of similar to Melania, right? Melania from Elden Ring. And yeah, they basically kind of consider this boss to be the Lies of P version of Melania, even though overall the moves are quite different, right? Yeah, if I keep falling down that ledge, I'll have to keep on teleporting, which is gonna be annoying. Do 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 do. I blocked that. Hello? What the fuck just happened there? Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I think one of the really annoying things that I'm not a fan of when it comes to Lies of P is, to me, it feels as if the like kind of way that the game works when it comes to dodging attacks that are like coming from above, I just don't think that it tracks it very well, and yeah, I don't think it does a great job. Okay. Stop moving away. There we go. Whoa! What the fuck was that range? Sure, I guess. I thought I blocked that. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, okay. Yeah. You know, I think, even though that attempt we were close to finishing phase 1, I feel as if, you know, I used a lot of my HP flasks, and I did not like that. You know, going into phase 2 so, empty. And therefore I was like, you know what, I'll accept defeat. I'll just lose and reset. I blocked that. I blocked that. 100%. I don't know how to dodge that one. Okay, so that hits. Fuck, I walked into that one. Yep. Yep. This guy's a tough one. This guy is a tough one. I think that there are a lot of moves that this boss does where I feel as if, you know, basically this boss, I don't know if he actually is, but it gives me this impression that this boss is able to have 2 different impact hits and is able to Okay, so stay away when he does that. I don't know how to dodge that one. Don't know how to block that one. Okay. Yep. Alright. Interesting. God damn it. Alright, back to square one. I almost managed to stay on that ledge, but it didn't work out. Yeah, honestly, I need to get consistent at dealing with phase 1, and then phase 2 is going to be a whole different beast that I need to I need to just like figure out what moves phase 2 has. I thought I'd fucking dodge that. Can you chill? Holy shit. Holy shit. This guy did not let me fucking heal. He did not let me, you know, what's it called? He did not let me, basically increase my weapon's durability, you know, to restore it. That's what I meant to say. My god. This guy is really tough, chat. This guy is really, really tough. I'm actually very, very extremely curious here. I think I now know why we have the cubes, why we have, yeah, why we have these, like, abilities or whatever. A part of me is curious. I'm wondering if I were to summon, you know, a Spectre, how much easier would it make the fight? Really? Really? Oh, man. That was, like, the most garbage attempt ever. Literally the entire time, like, I think I got it 3 times where I was able to potentially stagger, the, you know, phase 1, and I don't know why, but I kept on fucking missing. Like, I was not able to do it. Nice try. Really? Stay down. What? Fuck. How the fuck do you deal with that move? Oof, that is... Yikes. That is a terrifying move. I think that move right there was the waterfowl, right? Basically the Lies of P version of Melania's attack. Fuck. This guy is tough. This guy is really, really tough. I'm gonna try this out, chat. I'm gonna see what a Spectre is capable of. Because honestly, with a Spectre, I might just win. I might just get the immediate W. Which honestly, if I do get an immediate W, then that would be kind of hilarious. Let's do it. Fuck you. So close, chat. So close. So freaking close. Oh boy. That was a really, really good attempt, though. Really good attempt. Alright. I have an idea. I don't know if this is a good idea, but it's an idea. Actually, no. I think it is a good idea indeed. Okay. Alright. Let's go, shall we? Okay. Let me see here. Where is... What can I buy from you? Legion magazine, okay. I can buy that. That's pretty good. I don't think I need it, though. Nah. Okay. Oh, shoot. My poor phone. Sorry, chat. My phone has been running the Pokemon app this entire time, and I completely forgot to like acknowledge that, right? And so my battery has been slowly going down and down. But yeah, I just need to see. I need to open up this pack here. We got one new card. Okay. We did also get a duplicate copy of a holographic card. Although, like, I think that holographic cards in the TCG app, like, they're neat. You know, I don't have any hatred against them. But I think that in terms of, like, rarity and how, you know, how valuable I personally find them, I think that there are better cards out there. I would say that, generally speaking, the EX cards are really, really nice. Those are cards that I really enjoy the design of. And then there's, like, certain Pokemon cards which are called full art cards, where when you click on them, it kind of shows you a very, very beautiful full-screen cinematic picture, or cinematic, like, GIF or whatever of the Pokemon. Those are pretty cool as well. But, yeah. Let's see here. So...
The bosses work hard too.
Alright. Alright, let's see. Purchase. We need... How many of these can I hold? I think I can hold 5 of them, right? Oh, wait. No, this one's 3. Never mind. Hold on. 3, 5... Okay. I have 3 out of 5. 366 left over. There we go. I don't think there's anything I can really sell here that I want to sell. Alright. Let's go to Teleport, Hotel Krot. Thank you. And then I'm gonna go and pick up the golden coins, golden fruit coins, or whatever they're called. I'm gonna go and grab those, and then we should be able to head back into the fight. Let me see here. So we go upstairs, and then towards the... I think it's towards this side, if I'm not mistaken.
Stalker, please.
So what do we have here for the wish stones? I think buying one of these is good. Ooh, yeah, I think this one could be good. I don't think I need this one. I think this one I can hold off on. Okay. Alright. Okay, so... I'm actually kind of debating, chat. Maybe what I want to do... Maybe what I want to do is swap out the, what's it called? Swap out the arm, right? The Legion arm. And, you know, maybe for the Legion arm, instead of using the... What's it called? Instead of using the shield Aegis, I could use instead the Electric Blitz one. I think that one would be pretty good. Because, you know, what's his face? The phase 2 of this puppet, right? He deals fire damage, so I don't think that he is vulnerable to fire. So yeah, that is something worth keeping in mind, you know? I don't know how that hit me, but it somehow did. Fuck. Oh, that attack is bad. Yeah, that attack is really, really bad. I actually don't know if you can, is it possible to, what's it called? Is it possible to, like, block that attack and then run away? Or are you kind of like, I don't know. I feel like that attack, if it hits you, I feel like what happens is that it kind of, you know, kind of just, sort of staggers you in a way. And it makes it to where, you know, you are not able to move away. You're not able to, like, dodge or block or anything like that. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Fuck. Eat shit. Eat shit, dumbass.
Incredible! You defeated the king! I gotta think the puppets will have changed too, right? I mean, there's only one way to find out. Let's go backstage.
Yeah, so about that, Jiminy Cricket, that was not the King of Puppets. No, that was not. That was a puppet. That was probably the most powerful puppet. But I don't think that, he was the mastermind, right? Anyways, that was one hell of a damn close fight, chat. Really fucking close. I knew we could do it. I just, you know, I knew that it would take us several tries to, kill the boss, right? Yeah. I think that, you know, phase 1, absolutely without a doubt, is, very, you know, manageable, right? However, phase 2, phase 2 is a beast and is very, 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 very difficult to deal with, which is why I brought the Spectre along. To be honest, like, you know, I was not really relying on, not really relying on the Spectre for damage, per se. It was more about, like, hey, I need you to distract him a little bit and protect me while I set myself up to take him down, right? But yeah. Okay.
Antonia's condition is getting worse. I knew it would come to this. The petrification disease locks people inside a cage, inside their own bodies. We're all safe, thanks to her sacrifice. But I wish for a miracle to save everyone.
Don't we all?
Me as well. I'll use my power to help you.
Alright. Let's level up. Boom. Boom. Whoa, not enough ergo. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That is surprising. Hold on. Where is this guy right here?
The House of an...
I don't even know if 100 is enough, chat. I think I might need to go far
I'll
more.
use my power.
Wow, I need 33 more ergo. Wow. Alright. Let's see. Use Stargazer. We'll do all the lore stuff in a second, chat. I need to, quickly level up before the next part. Give me a second while I run through here. Come on. We ain't got all day. Really? There we go. Actually, since we are going to be leveling up anyways, might as well just teleport back quickly to Sophia. Yeah, you know, chat, I think if I did not utilize the resources that I had available, including the Spectre, I think that we probably would not have been able to defeat the boss fight, right, the King of Puppets, tonight. I think that we would have, yeah, completely just kept on dying and dying and dying, and you know, we would have just suffered the entire live stream, and we wouldn't have made any progress. So, yeah, I decided, I was like, you know what, I would rather utilize all of my available resources to take down the boss and move forward, right? Because that's the thing, you know, I don't really have this mindset of like, oh, when I play a game like, you know, Elden Ring or another Souls game, right? I don't ever have this feeling where I'm like, I have to beat everything by myself, otherwise, you know, it is worthless, right? Okay, that one's still locked. Okay, that one's obscured. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing here, chat. Wait a second, hold on. Is it up here? I think it is up here. Okay. I think it was over here, right, chat? The room that I'm looking for.
Oh, there's another record.
Red Actress's Locket. Fascination. Do you remember the moment you fell in love? The moment when you were the only two people in the world? That splendid magical moment when all your sadness was forgotten? A heavenly voice representing Krat. A gift from the Red Actress Adelina Corday to you. Fascination. Damn. Well, rest in peace, Adelina. It was nice knowing you. Alright, so, let's see here. I guess I could have teleported to the entrance of the Opera House. But I was like, it's fine, I'll run. Alright, so we don't have any other icons on any of the other Stargazers, which means we should be good to go. Let's go ahead and, yeah, let's continue the lore and see where this leads to, chat.
I'm glad you're safe. I was so scared I would lose my precious son. It's risky for me, just being out here. Fortunately, you didn't need my help. I'm so proud that I got to see my son defeat the king. Hopefully the lesser puppets will die down soon. Now that the king is dead, the puppets have no leader, no direction. But the curse of the petrification disease still lingers. It's tough, but I know where you should go now. The Grand Exhibition. Rumors say the alchemists there have developed a cure. As a man of invention, I'm skeptical of the alchemists, both their science and their motives. But they may be the city's last hope. Won't you help me, son? Take this. You'll find it most useful. If it will help Antonia and the others, it's worth exploring. Go to the Grand Exhibition and see what you can find.
Okay. Okay. Very pog. No other items over here. Charity Market Path. Rainy day. Yeah, I can tell it's a fucking rainy day. Holy shit. Looks just like Washington State. Okay.
What's going on? All these puppets look utterly down, depressed even. And that seems weird. That's weird, right?
Honestly, I'm just glad that none of these puppets are causing any problems for me.
king dead, they seem lost. Then again, maybe warning him? Whatever's happening, it's like they can't tell their elbow joints from their tail sockets. I'm not even sure they can function without the king to guide them.
I will gladly take all the free ergo you can give me. Upgrading now has become a very expensive thing. Wow, okay. That puppet put up one hell of a fight. Interesting, interesting, okay. Are you kidding me? Stop interrupting me. Fuck off. Jesus Christ, dude. Every single time that I tried to do a heavy charge against that enemy, that fucking piece of garbage would stand too far away or would interrupt me. And it was so goddamn annoying. Lock sword? Interesting. Don't really care about other weapons at this point, but sure. One thing that I did take note of, though, chat, which is good information, is that, you know, the area that we are moving towards, Geppetto mentioned that it's called the Grand Exhibition. That is the place that Giangio was referring to, where, you know, he basically said that if I go there, there's like a statue I can interact with, and that statue will, you know, give me, I think, some good items for golden fruit, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So this area is blocked off. That must mean there's another pathway somewhere. Crescent Moonstone, nice. Can't go over here. Maybe there's a ladder somewhere, chat. Open the door. Yeah, this place looks a little bit freaky, chat. Nice try. By the way, chat, is this the area that, the old grandma, she was, like, wanting us to find some special wine or something, if I'm not mistaken. Ergo fragment. Nothing in here. So this is the Lorenzini Arcade. I'm going to guess this door is blocked, but we'll try. Yep, I knew it. I friggin' knew it, chat. Is this a Stargazer here? I think it is a Stargazer. Okay, we're gonna rest. Does this door open? No, it does not, because why would it? Yep, of course. There are a lot of shortcuts here that I need to unlock. Is that the one that throws it? I don't know if it is. God damn it, I got fucking stuck against the wall. Eat shit. Only got a star fragment out of that. That is very depressingly annoying. Okay, so none of these open, except for this one here. Okay, I will gladly take that. Arcade first floor key. Interesting. So does that open the door that's over here? Doesn't open that one. Maybe it opens this one. No, it doesn't. Okay, then I'm assuming it must open something over here then. Come over here. Could have blocked that one, to be honest. Okay, so it unlocks that. I see. Okay, were there any doors over here that I did not explore? Nope. Doesn't look like there was anything, chat. Hmm. That thing's ugly. No doors around here? Okay, okay. That looks hideous. I do not want to bother with that. It's one of those guys. I know those things. I don't think one is gonna kill it, as far as I'm aware. Oh, it did! Ooh, that's nice. That's really nice, chat. Hmm. Stupid thing explodes. I did not realize there was a second one, chat. I also did not even see what the hell item that I got from the butterfly. Eat shit. Okay, so clearly there is no pathway there. Alright, whoever the fuck is whispering, stop whispering. My game lagged there for a second. Ooh, how do I get to the opposite side there? Tricky, tricky, tricky. Holy shit, chat. Oh my god. Man, that was painful. That was rough. Ow, that hurt. Ow. Holy shit, dude. How many fucking moves does this guy have? There we go. Okay, so this guy drops an upgrade material. That's good. Alright, alright. Okay. Monad Charity House concert. All of you are invited to the concert being held at the Monad Charity House. We pray for the success opening of the exhibition. Children sponsored by the Monad Charity House have a message of love and hope for all of you. Don't miss this chance to listen to the most innocent performance in all of Krat. Date and time XXXX 1800. Place Lorenzini Arcade Central Plaza. Sponsored by Lady Isabel and Sophia M. All profits from the performance will go towards our less fortunate neighbors. Wait, is Sophia M the same Sophia that helps us level up? Because if yes, then wow, that is that's a lot of information to take in. Ooh. Oh, okay, I see, chat, I see. So this is what I was looking at a while ago when I was across the other side of these boxes, and I was looking this way. I saw that gate, and I thought that maybe that gate would open. But, it turns out that the gate does not open at all. Ooh, another one of those big guys? I don't like those big guys, chat. I can't believe that they stuck 2 of those creatures there, chat. Actually, legitimately diabolical. What's going on, Celluse? What's poppin', dude? How you been? Why am I selected on that shit? God damn it. This guy is slow. What the hell? I forgot he does that. At the very, very last second there, I remember that these fuckers, they, explode. There's the key. Candle V, the tragedy behind the flamboyance. Few citizens of Krat do not know who V is. The crown prince of high society, the man who came up with the grand covenant of the automated puppets, and built the best manufacturing company at the age of 18. Jesus Christ, at 18 years old? What the fuck? This guy's a genius. the man who's always fancy and is passionate about making people laugh. V is the most hated and beloved man in Krat, but his innocent passion makes even his opponents sentimental. However, even fewer people are aware of the tragedy he experienced in his youth. Okay, so this is talking about Vanini, alright. The true nature of the death of V's parents was covered up. Officially, they're victims of a homicide during a mugging. Even though V experienced such a tragedy in his youth, he grew up with a cheerful personality and became a well-known person whom any parents would be proud of. However, there's no one who knows that V secretly requests for the case history every year, and that his request is always denied. Suspicion surrounded this tragedy at the time, and there is known to have been pressure from the workshop and the alchemists throughout the investigation. The most interesting hypothesis is that the murderer is not human. If this is true, it explains the workshop and the alchemist's suspicious attempts to cover it up. It also explains how V was obsessed with inventions and success from his youth. This is where the real tragedy of Krat lies. Even V, the richest and most influential in all of Krat, can't come close to their power. On the other hand, this fact includes another truth. Have you noticed? The state's censorship is keeping me from writing it, but as a writer, I'm curious if people are ready to accept the truth. The truth that there's a murderer made of steel that walks among us. Perhaps our world of Krat is not such a safe place after all. Interesting. Alright, so we unlocked a couple of the shortcuts, right? Which is really, really good. Let's go back to Hotel Krat. We're gonna collect some of the golden fruit coins, or coin fruits, whatever the order is. And then we can also talk with the NPCs as well, the characters, right? So let's see here. First of all,
I'll use my power.
10,000. I think that's only enough to upgrade one time, chat, which is crazy. Okay. Oh, what's this? Note left at the counter. There's something I want to tell you, Geppetto's puppet. Please come to the hotel garden on the way to Elysian Boulevard. I don't know if this is the garden, chat. I don't think that it is. But I could be wrong. Maybe I missed him. The puppet that we were supposed to chat with, who I believe is the concierge, the receptionist. Polendina, I think was his name. Are we at... Yeah, we are. Okay, so this is Elysian Boulevard. Did I miss the garden or something? Maybe I did. Wait, he's right there. What's up, dude?
Welcome, good sir. At last, we speak frankly instead of with professional reserve. I have something to confess. Something involving your unique perspective. I am a puppet whose ego has awoken. I don't know exactly why, and we need not dwell on the details. Instead, I wish to dwell on the welfare of Lady Antonia. I adore Lady Antonia. It is a presumptuous feeling for a puppet to have, to be sure. I have no intention of putting myself forward, of course. However, I cannot watch her die. It's too painful. Thus, I need your unique perspective. You exist somewhere between human and puppet. Can a puppet and a human fall in love? Have you ever met a puppet who loves a human? It exists indeed. An unbelievable love, to be sure, with a wedding ring as its symbol. I fear even trying to pursue such a splendid happiness. I have no intention of telling her, of course. It wouldn't be proper to burden someone so frail. If I may be frank, this is better than I dared hope. Even if you are telling me a sweet lie, I shall savor it. Thank you. It was wise to confide in you. Thank you for granting me that wisdom.
You're very welcome, good sir. I don't have any hatred, any issues with Polandina, so I decided to show him the wedding ring. Let's see here. Let's see, chat. So, we have, I think, a couple of people that we need to speak to. Let me take a look. Antonia and I think that's Vanini. Let me see. Let's try talking with Vanini.
Ah, I heard you defeated the King of Puppets. Amazing. Ah, the puppets appear lost without their leader. They have no purpose, no focus. To think one can have so much control through ergo waves. If we don't determine who or what is causing it, this could all happen again tomorrow. I fear I must call upon you again, my friend. Please gather records of the puppets' ergo waves while you're defeating them. I always welcome...
Okay. Don't have anything in terms of upgrades. And then I don't think I can upgrade my weapon either. We'll listen to the song after we talk to Antonia.
Oh, it's you. Come closer, won't you? When you reach a certain age, it's a comfort to reflect on old memories. That's a portrait of me when I was young. I was so feisty, so fierce back then. I loved the world, and the world loved me back. The passion of those days is long gone, but I still dream of those memories. I'm curious what your young eyes see. Is there any resemblance between me and that portrait? Do I still have No. It seems Geppetto even taught you good manners. Yes, those beautiful memories are still vivid in my mind. Time and the memories that fill it are all we have. I hope you're making some good memories of your own. It may be a comfort to you someday.
Okay.
People have no thanks for keeping me company.
Okay. Record time. This is honestly really beautiful, chat. Very, very nice. Very nice indeed, chat. I will say, I think out of the records that we have discovered and that we've listened to so far, I think that one is my favorite right now. Fascination. I really, really like that one. And, you know, this might sound very bizarre, you know, if you are someone that is a music lover and you have, you know, a very big appreciation for different types of music. I think one of the reasons why I really enjoy that particular record is because it was purely, you know, instrumental, right? There was no vocals, there was no acoustic, and it was literally just a melody, a tune, and you can close your eyes and you can listen to it and you can really like absorb, you know, the feeling, the emotions that you get listening to it, right? I will say that, you know, there are sometimes, depending on the song, depending on the genre as well, there are situations where having lyrics, having vocals, having acoustics can unfortunately make a song lower quality than it could be, right? I think that there are sometimes when instrumental songs that only have a melody or a tune, those can be even more powerful, even more beautiful than songs that have lyrics, right? So yeah, that's kind of the reason why I feel like that particular record is my favorite currently. I know that some people out there who, you know, they believe that they are more more like of an expert when it comes to music. They very likely will disagree with my opinion, but yeah. Okay, so we talked to Antonia, we talked to Vanini, we talked to Sophia. Okay, so we have no one else that we need to chat with. Okay. Let's go. We need to go upstairs and we need to go to the golden tree. Nice. Perfectamundo. Alright. And so now, 4,600. How much do I need to level up? 5,600. Okay, so basically 1,000 more. Okay, okay. You know what I might do? Let me see here. Teleport. Let's go to the vendor. I think it might be a smart idea to buy some items. Because, yeah, not having any, like, throwables is a little bit painful.
The bosses work hard too.
Okay, let's see. Okay. I need to buy the acid as well. And then... Okay. We will buy one of these. And then... I'll save my ergo. Okay. And then let's see here. Teleport. Lorenzini Arcade. I need to figure out, basically, where is this, pathway that I need to go to. And then we need to figure out where is the next Stargazer. I suspected so. think it was over here, maybe, wasn't it? Aha. Oh, there's a vendor here.
Who are you? A lost visitor? Or a looter who's arrived too late? You look like a stalker. I figured you were all dead. No offense. Stalker, visitor, looter, I don't care. Just buy what you need and leave.
Well, he's straight to the point. Thermite, fire canister. Oh, he has a weapon. Circular electric chainsaw blade. Interesting. And an amulet. Ooh, I need to buy these, chat. Yeah, I need to buy these. I don't think I have enough ergo. 1,000 plus 700. So this is 1,500. So 2,500. 3,200. I might have a little bit. Let me see here. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. There we go. Purchase. I'm gonna buy this one since it's the most expensive. And then this one I will buy next. Okay, okay. 1,100. I'm gonna try to kill this thing, chat. I'm gonna try. It's probably not gonna go well, but we shall see. Okay, we did get an upgrade material, that's nice. Although it's not the exact upgrade material that I wanted. Okay. Okay, so no reward for that guy. Unfortunate. Where did this guy come from? There we go. Okay. Okay. I think that was a shortcut that I just unlocked, so we should be good to go. Can't interact with that door, it seems like. The greatest show on Earth is coming. The biggest show on Earth is coming to Krat to make your heart race. Dear ladies and gentlemen, introducing the grand exhibition in Krat, the city of tomorrow, the center of the new age. State-of-the-art machines, balloons spread across the sky, and a popular performance that toured from across the great desert in the south to the country in the far east. Don't forget the essence of the automated puppet, the center of Krat's revival. The greatest show awaits you all. Don't miss your chance to see the following at the exhibition gallery. Puppets of the future, multi-purpose puppets, Vanini tram, new butler puppets, special exhibition gallery, treasure from the Far East. If you wish to behold these splendors, be sure to attend. Very interesting. Okay. I'm not liking this. Holy shit. Okay, interesting. I do not fully understand why these puppets were attacking each other, but, not gonna lie, I welcome it. I'm very, very grateful for that. Okay.
Isn't the old woman, the venerable lady, looking for some wine? You know, like the wine you've got?
That's a good lookout. We found the wine, chat. We found what we were looking for.
Hello? Is anyone there? Calling any and all stargazers in the vicinity. Please respond. Over.
Nice. Hell yeah, chat. Alright. Talk with Vanini. Let's see what's going on.
Can you hear me? Really? Eviva, it actually worked. This has to be how the King of Puppets did it. How he called to the puppets and controlled them. I can't believe you can transmit your voice through ergo waves. What a brilliant discovery. And you'll never believe what signal I've picked up over the ergo. A cry for help from the Grand Exhibition. Somehow someone survived. I'm suspicious too, but you have to investigate. What if it's some trapped innocent?
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Alright. First, before we do anything, let me go and pay a visit to the vendor. Why, hello there, Mr. Vendor.
Tell me what you need.
I'm taking this. Thank you. And then... let's see. I have 5, and I have 3. However, I'll buy out your stock here, just because those items will be useful in the future. 2,500 currently. Okay, okay. Alright. So, we came from here, chat. I honestly don't know if I'm gonna find anything, chat. I'm kind of just backtracking, and I'm wondering if there's any other pathways that I, you know, forgot to explore, is basically all I'm doing. I remember that, you know, area I could not go to. Shouldn't have taken that hit. That was a really, really dumb hit that I took. Did I already go up here? Like, was this where I came from? Oh, I see where this is. Okay, this leads back to the shortcut. Okay. And then I think I came from over here. There we go. Alright, so basically with that butterfly, I see, okay. Alright, here I'm going to put... No. Overheat, electric shock, decay, and corruption. Okay, I'm gonna take this thing right here. Alright, so I need to go, which direction was it? I think it was here? Was it here? No, it was here. This is probably a really, really lengthy way to go, chat. But, it should be okay. Okay. Hmm. This is gonna be rough. I need to, Man, I need to get the attention of that one enemy over there. I think one thing that would be really cool is if I could, like, free aim. There we go. Come here. Get over here. Okay. There we go. Nice. Alright, perfect. So we unlocked that little shortcut. There is a, let's see. There is a butterfly that we missed. So I'm basically going to come back down here and grab that other butterfly. After we grab the butterfly, I think that what I can do is I can search for the next Stargazer that is available. And then we can, you know, find it, hopefully soon, and be on our way. We can, you know, save at that point. I'm trying to remember, chat, what is the fastest pathway down? I think I went the wrong direction. Is it this way? No, it's not this way. It's this way, then. There we go. So many freaking, you know, pathways that you have to remember the orientation and everything.
Tell me what you need.
Let me see here. Do I want to buy any of these? Not really. This one is the bathroom. Okay, so I think maybe going this direction maybe was ideal. Never mind. I don't think that was correct. Well, maybe it was. Sure, why not? I already was low on HP anyways, so... I don't think this is it, chat. God, this is frustrating because I feel like there has to be a quick pathway. I just don't remember where it was. I think maybe this one? Maybe this was the quick pathway. I think it was this one right here. I think this was the shortcut here. Oh, I see. Okay. I think I now know how it all connects, chat. God damn it. Get fucked. Come here. There we go. Nice. Okay, okay, sweet. So, we got the butterfly, which is exactly what I wanted. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Perfect. So we go through here. Wrong direction. There we go. Gonna rest here. And then let's go to Hotel Krot. I don't know if I need to pick up any of the fruit. I can check while we're here. But I definitely do want to level up. I think that's a smart idea to do.
The portrait hanging in Geppetto's room. It looks very much like you. I sense something strange. Something like the changes you're going through. The sort of thing you'd read in a fairy tale. Go to Geppetto's room. You should see it for yourself.
Monka W?
You're back. I was so worried when you marched off to fight the king. But this... it's a necklace from the Mona Charity House. They took care of orphans and impoverished children from across Krot. Many of those children grew up at the Rose Estate and became alchemists, technicians, and stalkers. I hope the king didn't harm any of them. Or don't tell me. The king's ergo is actually... Are you okay? You look ill, ever since I mentioned the necklace. My heavens, you look...
Uh-oh. What's happening, chat? Who? Monka W?
You're changing. You're becoming something more than a puppet. Almost human. If this is what you want, just keep behaving, keep feeling like a human does. You might just hold the true secret of ergo.
Okay, okay.
I'll use my power to help you.
I will admit, chat, I think that the cutscene, right? Other than us saying the name Carlo, which I think is very important, very, you know, very much an interesting development in the lore, I feel like that cutscene did not really show anything visually, so to me, it felt like a very unnecessary cutscene, where I was like, did we really need to see that? You know what I mean? Yeah, I felt like it was possibly a little bit of a waste of a cutscene, but, I don't know. Investigate. You cannot use this right now. Monka W? What's going on, Daddy Geppetto?
Oh, my. This is a change I didn't expect. Did the King of Puppets get you? Or some other ruffians? I'm glad you're growing, but I'm not sure what to make of this. Be wary of dangerous people. And always be a good boy for me. Ah, I can't believe my eyes. It's almost as if something is growing out of the portrait. I remember commissioning that piece from an artist named D. Gray. Like all artists, he was eccentric. He claimed that a painting could harbor a living soul. But how can that happen? Just like the fairy tale. Forgive a foolish man his ramblings. Perhaps the seed of its growth was there all along. I know you're curious, so see for yourself. I have my work to keep me busy. You don't remember much beyond Rosa Isabel Street, do you? Ask me about areas you want to know about.
Oh, there's new areas. Interesting. Very interesting. You know, chat, so, in this game, right, this is, it's not really a spoiler, because I've already played through it, and, you know, the moment happened on my stream, right? So, if anyone out there has never played Lies of P, this will be a spoiler for you, but anyone who's been watching my streams, anyone who has played Lies of P, you guys will already know this. There was a cutscene where basically the big bad villain, right, the guy who was controlling the King of the Puppets, right, he was like gathering ergo from all these big bosses and collecting them in some kind of like a machine, like a contraption. When that cutscene played in the game, I thought that maybe I had reached like roughly the 50% you know, progression through the game, and I thought like, oh, you know, we've made it 50% of the way. You know, we have just like half of the game left to go, right? But speaking with Geppetto, looking at all these different locations that I can learn from him about, I feel like I'm still like maybe 30 to 40% complete with the game, which is, it's like,
I can't predict how you will change. How to proceed?
suspicious. Very, very suspicious. I'm looking at you, old man. But yeah, no, like, I think that we actually have quite a bit more of the game left to play, and it's kind of bittersweet, because on the one hand, you know, I enjoy this game. I think this game is very, very beautiful, right? However, at the same time, right, I do kind of want to, I want to, like, get to the conclusion and basically just finish off the story, so that I can either move on to another game after, or I can, you know, basically play New Game Plus, you know, and kind of like focus on collecting things, focus on getting achievements and all that fun stuff, right? But yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and let me see here. Teleport to. Actually, I think he sells them, does he?
No matter what fate brings us, I will be at Lady Antonia's side. Serving her is my duty. The very reason I was created. Welcome to Hotel Krop.
He does sell them, but I think... Yeah, I think it's maybe slightly expensive, maybe. Let's go to teleport. Oh, that's right. This is where the lady is, right? The old grandma. Let's go give the old grandma her wine, and then we can visit the vendor, right? Who sells things on I think it's the Monad Charity House area. Oh, Grandma, I have your wine.
Ah, lovely wee. Even in the bottle, it has a distinctive shade of red. Oh, thank you, young one. Every step is a struggle when you have the petrification disease. But this glimmer of happier days is priceless. Oh, I almost forgot. Speaking of price, here's what I can spare. Please, take it.
A commemorative coin. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay. Down we go, chat. La 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 la. Up we go now. La di da di da. Malum District. There we go.
The bosses work hard too.
Okay, let's see here. 3 out of 3. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. Nice. 5 out of 5. 3 out of 3, 3 out of 3, 3 out of 3, 3 out of 3. Okay, so I don't need to... I'm actually gonna buy this thing here, chat. Might be a valuable upgrade for us. And then... Okay. Sell. Is there anything to sell? I have some chunks, but not a lot. I'll wait to sell those. I will collect them for the time being. Okay, so now we go to... Wait, there is dialogue at Hotel Krot? What did I miss? Is it Polendina or is it Pulcinella maybe that has dialogue? Oh, it's maybe Pulcinella if it's like, if the item that I got is some kind of a rare item. Let's see here.
At the House of Vanini.
Request appraisal. Coin.
Strike a light. You find a commemorative coin dating from the founding of the Vanini Foundation. The Foundation is a sort of fan club, sir. A very limited number of these were minted for the original members. Well, once Master Vanini established himself as the Prince of High Society, his popularity skyrocketed, and his signature coat and glasses were mass-produced. This is one of the originals, however, from the limited run. Take care of it, won't you? You have restored Master Vanini's lost collection. You've earned this small token of appreciation, sir. Thank you.
Af Moonstone. Ooh, wait a second, chat. Is this... Let me see here. Upgrade weapon. I need full Moonstone of the Covenant. Okay, so maybe what I just now got was half of the upgrade material that I need for this weapon. Ooh, interesting, interesting. Let me take a look here, chat. I do need to test out these new weapons, that we have, and see if I like them or not. But I don't know if I want to commit to upgrading any of them, because, you know, they might be less DPS overall. Alright, let's see here. Let's go to the arcade. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna search for the next Stargazer. Now lying. Okay, so I think it's this right here. We just need to go forward here. Are any of these doors open? Are any of them explorable? It seems like the answer is a big fat no, chat. So far, none are open. Oh, okay. I kind of recognize this place.
The Grand Exhibition theme was automatic puppets and City of the Future. The plan was to showcase and demonstrate the most advanced technology in Krot. But, you know the rest. You can't hold an exhibition in a city that's fallen into utter chaos. And now the whole city is an exhibition of a nightmare.
Okay. Ooh, that's a big guy. Yeah, that's one heck of a big guy, chat. Let's go and explore some other areas, shall we? Okay, good upgrade. Okay, so a shortcut. Another shortcut. Alright. So, it appears that we are not able to go left, as far as I'm aware. Since this is the way that we came from. Like, we can't go that direction. Okay. Let's keep moving this way. We probably have to tackle the big ugly robot. Whoa! That fucking dog has some long range. Looks like it has an electric weapon, which is not ideal. But we should still be able to kill this thing. Ooh. That thing has, oh, no. Ooh, unlucky, chat. We were so close. I think that the robot right there was literally like 1 HP away from dying, or like basically one more hit from dying. All right, back we go. Back we go, chat. Did I go the wrong way? Oh, I went the wrong way. Hold on, hold on. I'm supposed to go this way. Interesting. So when I spawn at the Stargazer, basically I am I'm spawning facing the wrong direction, it looks like. Ripperoni. Oh, you piece of garbage. Fucking dogs, dude. I absolutely hate the robot dogs in this game. What the fuck is that attack, dude? How is this dog able to somehow swing faster than my weapon? Absolutely makes zero sense. Oh my god, dude. I did not know that this piece of shit puppet could use 2 of the red unblockable attacks so quickly. I did not even think that that was possible. That's so fucking tragic. Yeah, I despise that. I think that that's a scam, is what it is. That was honestly a really lucky perfect card. Really, really lucky. I'm not even going to get close enough to aggro the dog right away. I'm just gonna, like, let this guy walk towards me. Because, yeah, that fucking dog is so annoying. Fuck you, dog. Piece of shit. Chat, I don't know if you see, like, what's happening right now, but this is kind of fucking hilarious. If you, what's it called? If you, like, gently nudge the controller... Wait, what? Nice try. Okay. Nice. There we go. Lotto shock cartridge. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, so I think Am I supposed to go upstairs here? I think this might be the pathway. Although I could be wrong. Maybe this is like just a side path or something. Oh, there's a tram car. Ooh. Here we go, chat. Choo-choo. Time to get on the train, baby. Would be funny if it gave us a prompt to, like, sit down and just pretend to be a passenger, you know? Regular old citizen of the city. Alright, where the actual fuck are we right now? This was the only door that opened, right? Yep, okay. Okay, very cool. Nice. Grand Exhibition Gallery. Nice. Hell fucking yeah. Alright, cool stuff. Let's read this. Puppets of the future, the iron giants that will lead us into a new era. Yeah, that thing looks like a risk. That looks like a danger right there. That looks like a hard pass. Interesting. Is this door openable? It is. Let's fucking go. Okay, I remember this door. Very, very, very nice. Alright, chat. Cool beans. So, let's rest up the Stargazer. Is there any dialogue anywhere? Any quests or anything that need to be completed? Nothing? Okay, okay. Cool. Very, very, very cool. Chat, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pause the game here. We're going to just, you know, conclude today's stream at this point and pick it up another time. So, let's see. Holy moly, it's 3 a.m. in the morning. I will be live tomorrow, right, on Sunday for you guys. The one thing that I will say, chat, just to give you guys a fair warning. So, my good buddy, I reached out to him, I contacted him, and I was like, hey man, do you have any, like, basically work opportunities, right, that you could help me with? And I spoke to him a little bit, and he mentioned that maybe, possibly, potentially, there might be some work that he's doing on Monday that I could join him for if the weather is not garbage, right? So, if that does happen, right, if I am going to be quite busy, quite occupied on Monday, then that means that on Sunday for my stream, I should not stay up late. I should go to bed early, right? That means that what I'll try to do, and it feels like every single time I say this, I jinx myself, and I never, ever, ever accomplish it. But what I want to try to do is try to basically stream early, right? And go live early, play for, you know, several hours, and then conclude the stream, and I'll hopefully be able to go to bed and get, you know, like 8 hours of rest or whatever, right? But no matter what, I should be able to stream on Sunday, and I think that I should be able to play more Lies of P. I don't think that I will need to, you know, stream anything else. But yeah, I think that about does it for today's stream, and then for tomorrow as well, talking about the plan. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I forgot anything, if there's anything that I need to mention. There is a chance, there is a possibility, I don't know how likely it'll be, but I may be able to do like a YouTube live stream sometime in the near future. What I will do is, if I decide to do a YouTube live stream, I will probably notify you guys using the Twitch Stories feature, and I will try to give you guys like as much of a heads up as possible. Let you guys know as far ahead before it happens as I possibly can. But there is a chance that maybe one day I send out an announcement, a notification on my Twitch stories saying like, hey guys, in, let's say hypothetically 5 hours from now, I will be on YouTube or whatever. So it might be a little tiny bit short notice, but I will try my best. I don't think I can guarantee a YouTube live stream, but we'll see what can work out, right? And then I should actually let me check. Let me see here. What I'll do is I'm going to use the Stargazer just to make sure that I save my progress one more time. And then we're going to go to here. Title screen, yes. Okay. I'm going to open up my calendar here and see. Ooh, yeah, okay. So, I believe, chat, that basically, so today is Saturday/Sunday, right? It's technically already Sunday. This upcoming week, right, Monday through Friday, this is the final week that I have of a break before my next quarter of classes starts. So, if I do YouTube live streams, very likely I will have to do them this upcoming Monday through Friday. I don't think it's a smart idea to wait until like the week whenever I start my classes. But I mean, on the other hand, right? I think that one potential, I guess, benefit of like the first week of classes is, with the first week of a new quarter, basically, the students don't really get a lot of homework. We don't get like 10 or 20 or 50 different assignments to do. It's usually very, very, calm and very chill, right? So I think that I should have some time during that week to, stream and do fun things. But yeah. Yeah. Anyways. I think for now, for today and for tomorrow as well, for the Sunday stream, I have talked about everything that I need to, and I don't think that I'm forgetting to mention anything. We should be live. We should be playing Lies of P, and I would say probably about how many hours from now? I would say maybe like 18 hours from now. At the very latest, you guys should see me live again on my channel playing more Lies of P. We made a lot of good progress today, though. I'm very, very pleased with what we were able to accomplish. I think it was really, really good. And I also think this is really fucking cool, looking at the title screen here, how everything is on fire, everything's burning after we killed the King of the Puppets, right? Very, very fantastic game design choice for the visuals, we fought against the King of the Puppets, right? We beat the boss. I don't think that there was any other like minor boss or anything like that we fought afterwards, but we did manage to basically finish Rosa Isabel Street and get to a brand new area, which I'm very, very happy about. Yeah. I'm very interested to see what happens next, like what bosses come up and whatnot, but we'll have to save that for the future live streams. Yeah. I think, chat, so talking about the Twitch VODs, right? So I think right now, my Twitch VOD for my first and also maybe my second Lies of P stream, I think that those Twitch VODs have potentially expired, so they are no longer available on Twitch. What I can do is I can basically make it to where every single time that a VOD disappears from Twitch, I will publish it on YouTube, and it'll be watchable, it'll be available on YouTube, right? And so what that means is that basically, I would say every week, right, per week, you can probably expect to see maybe 2 or possibly 3 VODs being uploaded to YouTube and being available to watch, so that'll be pretty damn cool. But yeah, the thing is, like, with the Twitch VODs, it's a little bit of a process because I need to, for these Twitch VODs, I can't just, like, take these VODs and export them to YouTube. The reason why is because there is a chance that the, you know, absolute imbeciles, the morons on YouTube who are trying to steal revenue, trying to steal money, they might try to copyright claim some shit. And so basically what I have been doing is I've been downloading the VODs locally, I've been throwing them into a video editor, and basically just kind of changing it up a little bit, modifying the VOD so that it is less likely to be copyrighted, you know? And so doing that, you know, editing the VOD before uploading it to YouTube, that takes some time. It's not an instant process, but I will try my best to basically, you know, continuously download, edit, and re-upload the VODs to YouTube as timely as I possibly can. That's what I'll try to do, but we will see if I'm able to keep that up, if I'm able to continuously do that, right? Yeah. In any case, chat, thank you so much for today's stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you, especially all of you out there who are watching the Twitch VODs after they are published. I hope you guys are enjoying the Lies of P playthrough. Hope you guys are enjoying me sucking at another game that is in the Souls genre, or the Souls-like genre, you know? Yeah, this officially concludes day 7. Yeah, I was gonna call it day 6.5, but I actually ended up streaming for, you know, 4 hours, which was pretty solid, and we made some pretty substantial progress. So I'm gonna go ahead and officially call this one day 7, stream 7, you know? And then on Sunday we have stream number 8. We have day 8 of my Lies of P playthrough. So yeah. In any case, chat, let me see here. I want to see who the heck is currently live right now. Who's streaming that I can raid? Let me see here. No, we're not gonna do that. What is this guy doing? It feels like he's kind of just watching these random YouTube videos. Yeah. I love this streamer a lot. He's, you know, one of my favorites, but this content that he's doing right now, it's not really like that entertaining or enjoyable, so I'm not gonna raid him. Chat, we are gonna go ahead and raid Ferret Software. I've raided them many times in the past, right? This is a channel that we are very familiar with. Basically, you just get to enjoy some very cute, adorable ferrets, some noodles, and you get to listen to some very beautiful, soothing background music as well. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll raid the ferrets, and then I will say goodnight and farewell to you guys. So let's see here. Yep, we did that. Perfect. And I think I copied that, did I? I hope I did. Yeah, I did. Perfect. All right. So then we're gonna do raid. Make sure I type it in properly. There we go. Yeah, fantastic. Awesome. And then let me go ahead and pull up my outro song. There we go. No. Don't start playing yet. Okay. Looks good. All right. Let me see here, chat. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my partner here, my mascot. Oh boy. Oof. He is a heavy one, but he is very comfortable, very adorable. Chat, as I mentioned, I had a great stream today. I think we made some really wonderful progress that I'm very happy with, and I want to thank everyone who, you know, swung by and tuned in and checked it out, even for a second, right? We will continue on Sunday with day 8, stream number 8 of our playthrough, and explore the Grand Exhibition area is what we'll do. But yeah, for now, I'm going to say farewell. I'm going to say goodnight and peace out to you guys. As always, to everyone out there, whether you were watching the stream, you currently are watching the stream, or you will be watching the VOD in the future, thank you all so much. It means the world to me. Appreciate you guys. Please, everyone out there, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. Eat lots of yummy, delicious food. Make sure you guys drink plenty of water. Always, always, always stay hydrated. Bottom line, take care of yourselves, right? Stay comfy, stay cozy, and I hope to see you guys on Sunday or next Friday. If I'm not able to go live, you know, on YouTube or whatever during the middle of the week, right? Monday through Thursday. But yeah. Basically, in about 18 hours from now at the latest, or next Friday are like my guaranteed stream days and times, right? So yeah, hope to see you guys at some point in the future. But yeah, for now, good night, farewell, much love to you all. Yeah, let's get this outro started. Let's get the raid going, shall we? All right. Much love to you all. See you guys later. Thank you. All right. Peace out, guys. Bye-bye. Good night. Bye.